Welcome back, everybody, to Misscliks Dungeon World iNcontroL Edition. We have to rechange overlays for a moment, but Geoff will take us. Geoff?
Okay. Let's see. Costas and Butch, who I am not Butch, by the way. I am Geoff.
Yeah.
Costas and Butch. Wait, no, not Costas. Butch and Flaminga, you guys are led out with these gift bags, and you are met by Costas and Viola. They're standing there. What do you guys do?
Friends, what are you doing out of prison?
I come and give Viola a very long hug. I missed you, Viola.
I accept his hug.
Life inside was so hard.
Life inside was so hard.
I give them a really serious look. I'm like, did you guys escape? And now you're muted.
Yes, we did.
We shall return you guys to prison. This is unacceptable. I
All right, if you think so.
Hand and I bring her towards the prison quite firmly.
Still standing there is the unnamed gigantic man.
I ask him, this is a guard, right?
Yeah.
I ask
supposedly.
him, are these prisoners free to go, sir?
I scream, help, help, she's abducting me, help!
The correct term for them is now guests, and they are not prisoners any longer. They've been freed. Their crime of gross nudity in public has been paid in full. They are free to go.
I instantly stop, pulling her in. I'm like, oh, sorry. Well, justice has been served. And I give a happy look. I give the gentleman a pat on the shoulder. I'm like, well done, comrade.
He does not notice any of this.
I hide in Viola's robes and glare out at Costas.
What?
I ask this thing in my robes what she learned
This
in prison.
This thing!
I mean, this small person in my robes, what did you learn in jail?
I tell them everything about Spec Person III and his brother Segunda II and the catfish that ate the dog. So I'm pretty sure we need to find a giant catfish, cut it open, find a dog in it, prove that that dog was the dog that Segunda Person II was supposed to have killed, or Spec Person III was supposed to have killed, so that we can get Spec Person III out of jail and clear his good name and have his sword.
And I assume he told you where these catfish are?
The lake.
Okay.
He has been framed?
I don't think so. Kinda, maybe.
I give Flaminga her clothes. You're a woman, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I give her her clothes.
Thank you.
As you guys do this exchange from the prison, you can hear what sounds to be a very nice concert starting up somewhere in the middle of it.
I suggest to my party that we go to the lake and not the concert.
Which lake?
Is there more than one lake?
Oh, yeah. This is a beautiful kind of Swedish-like place. There's tons of lakes.
Is the guard still there?
Yeah, he's just watching.
I ask him if he knows where giant catfish live.
He kind of considers that for a minute and is like, I'm going to make an assumption. I think you mean giant in comparison to your tiny, frail body. And if that is the case, then most catfish would be considered giant by your diminutive standards.
Didn't Spec Person III tell me which lake?
Yes.
Oh.
But you're going to hold me to not remembering?
There's many a lakes, Flaminga. The chat can help you, I'm sure. If you don't remember,
I don't meta. I don't read the chat. But I will this time since it's iNcontroL edition.
Unless anyone else can remember.
I wasn't in jail.
I wasn't there.
What about catfish big enough to eat a dog? I say.
Well, what kind of dog?
A American Eskimo Pomeranian sized dog.
We abolished
Lake
those kind of dogs. a long-
Placid.
No, not Lake Placid.
Lake Flaccid.
Oh,
Fear
Oh!
boner.
it was fear boner.
Like fear boner.
You say it. So Flamingo's trying to
Fear boner.
say. She says fear boner, and he goes, "You can't pronounce anything, can you?" It's Lake Fearbonner, and yes, it's known for its quite large catfish, even by my own standards, which are, as you can tell, plentiful. Could it eat a dog? Absolutely. There's not many that could, but there's probably one big enough to do that, sure.
Let's go.
What's your name?
He doesn't notice.
I throw something at him,
He
but
doesn't
walk
notice
away.
that. None of this matters to him.
I walk towards Lake Fearbonner. Did I get it?
Fearbonner.
Fearbonner.
All right, so you guys kind of make your way, and as you're walking, it's becoming dusk, but not nighttime. Just it's roughly 6 o'clock. It's a beautiful sunset. Off in the distance, you can just make out two perfectly sculpted people making love on the hill, facing the sunset. And this is common practice back then. That's how they consummated their marriages and made their children, was on a sunset overlooking the beautiful, perfect lake. And you guys come up on the lake, and the lake is immaculate. It's gorgeous. Out in the middle, you can just make out an island, and there's several houseboats out there. And you come up, and there's just in front of you, just one single dock, and there's several boats tied to it, and people milling about. What do you do?
I thought you meant a duck, and I was like, Lady Felicity, is that you?
There's one dock with boats tied to it, and people milling about. Jen, your world is cooler than mine, by the way.
Totally. Are there people swimming in this water?
Yes. Naked. They're all swimming naked in the water.
I scream,
With
be
giant
careful! The
dogs and
catfish
catfish?
might eat you!
You yell this? There's
Yeah.
several chuckles that kind of come from the water.
It ate a dog!
They laugh even harder.
Damn it.
Is there somebody with the boat? Like-
There seems to be a kind of a, you want to say shack or hut, but it's not that. It looks like it's a single bedroom apartment that was destined to be once again, the mic, destined to be a part of like a future New York skyriser, but it was brought down to this medieval time and placed next to the water. And a man is inside, because you can see it because it's wall-to-wall windows in this perfectly semi-modern, gorgeous, well-kept apartment. But above that it says ferryman.
Is there a rate?
I mean, not listed.
Oh, okay. You wouldn't have carved it into the wood.
No.
I
It's all glass. Remember, it's an entirely glass apartment.
I misunderstood. I asked the ferryman how much.
You
Our
knock on
party.
the glass door?
Yeah.
You can see inside, and he looks at you, and you look at him, and he just kind of keeps looking at you for like what feels like forever, and it's about 35 seconds. And then he walks out and opens the door and just kind of breathes deeply as he looks at you.
My party, and I motion to them, and I would like to take a ride in the boat. How much?
I've actually decided to close my business just today. My heart is broken.
Your heart is broken.
Yes.
How so?
Earlier last night, while making perfect love to my girlfriend on the hill overlooking a sunset, she decided to break up with me because she was worried that with our standards of sex, we would never be able to fulfill that again.
Well, I am not touched by your story. However, I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, I am the law. I, by the power of the gods, ask you, on my divine authority, to do what I say. Give us access to a boat, please.
As you say this, he says,
That's actually in my character
Sure.
sheet. I can actually do
we'll
that.
roll for it in a second. He says, you've seen the traveling play for Judge Dredd, this new thing that's tearing through the cities.
What?
Go ahead, make the roll.
Alright. So what do I roll?
You tell me. You said it's one of your things that you do. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm just the DM. What do I don't know.
charisma +1, so it's like 2d6 +1.
Sure.
Is that it, Neal? Is it always 2d6?
Sounds about right. Yeah, it's always 2d6.
Like the base roll for everything.
Yeah, everything is 2d6.
+1.
You guys, just so we're clear, by the way, you guys have failed like everything. So
Oh,
If we were playing more than one day, we would have lots of points for leveling up, though. So.
all right.
Mhm.
So as you say this, yeah, that's true. As you say this, he is not moved by what happens. He can either, let me see here. He's going to he can either put you on the spot, or he is going to, he's going to do something that's going to make you guys have to do more work to get to where you need to go.
That or he puts me on the spot.
Yes.
Put me on the spot.
He said, he looks deeply into your eyes and says, I will take you where you need to go if one of you will give me the perfect kiss, so that I can know that my heart is not completely destroyed.
I turn to the girls and I look at them like, come on. We're on the schedule
As
here.
you turn and say that, he says, it doesn't have to be that.
I turn and look at Butch. And I give him a look like, come on, comrade. Take one for the team.
Butch just kind of stands around looking at everyone.
I nudge him
awkwardly.
toward the ferryman.
I step towards the ferryman. Ferryman, do what they say, or I pound you.
Okay, you can try to intimidate, I guess. Is that what you're doing?
I guess. It's more of just. It's not so much an intimidation as a,
You're just
I'm
saying
going to do this unless. Think of it more as like just letting him know, giving
Well, are you
one
making
more
an action?
opportunity.
Are you trying to threaten him or intimidate him, or are you just saying this?
I'm just saying this. This is just
All
like,
right.
do what they say, or I punch you.
All right. You just he kind of looks at you and says, like, that's exactly what someone would tell someone with a broken heart.
All right,
That's exactly
he's
what-
standing on a dock, right?
Yep.
How close to the water's edge is he?
I mean, the dock's like 6 feet wide. He's at his doorstep of his glass apartment, so another 6 feet.
Is there is there a way that I could approach him in which, if I tackle him from that direction, he and I would fall into the water together? Or is he kind of
You could grab him and throw him in that direction, but no, his back is to an
Yeah.
apartment. So
That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, I can't quite angle.
Right.
Okay, I guess I just punch him.
okay.
Butch likes to punch. 2d6 plus 2. 10! I punch him.
Okay, that's a very successful. So you can either just do straight damage, or you can. If you're trying to knock him in a certain direction, I'll let you do that for no damage.
I would like to knock him into the water if that's possible.
Okay, I'm going to say that you punch him in the gut, he doubles over, and then you are allowed to make a free action at that moment.
Okay, while he's doubled over, I want to just come up to this, because if I push him from the side, he should fall into the water, right?
You'd grab his back and throw him.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Again,
just grab him by
his
the
back is
wrist and hammer swing him around into the water.
Sure.
Sweet.
Okay, so you guys see Butch punch this guy in the stomach and then throw him in the water.
Yes.
I start getting the boat ready to take it out of the water.
You just go over to his boat and start pulling off the rope and unraveling it and getting it ready. Okay. He resurfaces and is just crying. He's just crying.
Real
Hey,
men
stop.
do not cry, you sissy man. You deserve water of tears.
He says, "Help! Someone get the FPs! Please get the FPs!" And you guys can see out of the corner of your eye a naked person come to the beach and kind of jog just over the hill, heading towards the city.
Drown in your sea of tears, little man. Little sissy man, not even worth girlfriend.
Says, "I don't understand why you're such a jerk." And then he swims off towards the
I hop on the boat, I point at him, and I say, "Courage is your greatest weapon!"
All right. You guys are on the boat now. What do you do?
We go to the middle where the catfish live.
You guys all get on the boat? And everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hop on the boat as well.
Okay. So you guys get on the boat. Who's gonna? This is just kind of it's a perfect, beautiful skimmer boat. It is paddle powered. It does have a sail, but of course you'd have to know how to power the sail. You don't know where the houseboat is because you didn't think to ask anybody, and the only guy that could probably tell you punched it through in the lake. So you guys are now in this boat, and you're looking out at a lake that has some houseboats on it. And who's going to drive it, and where are you going?
I look for an oar to row.
Okay, you find one.
And then I just start rowing.
You're individually rowing one side of the boat?
Well, I'll row this side, and then move over to the other side, and then move back to that side.
I'll take the other side.
All right. You guys are boating out aimlessly. Where
I
we
just
heading?
stand there. I don't sit in the boat. I just stand there, and I'm like, with my hand like this, pointing at the
Costas.
guy, sometimes just saying, "Courage! Courage."
We have Costas looking for catfish. Can he discern realities? Is that right?
Sure.
I can't. Can I? Yeah, I guess I can. It's like a normal ability.
Yeah, anybody can.
I can also do what here is evil, Geoff.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
you guys let me know what's happening. You tell me. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're just boating out right now.
Yeah, I'm using my ability. What here is evil?
Well, we need somebody to discern reality so that we can find the fish.
Yeah.
Too.
I'll do both. I'm using my ability that tells me what is evil, and I'm discerning realities. So you're supposed to tell me what's evil, Geoff.
What,
It's like-
do you just do
You
that?
have to roll.
Yeah, I don't even roll.
Okay, you
Straight
can
up.
discern the reality. I'll give you two choices. You can either ask someone and, you can either have a pretty good idea of where the houseboat is, or you can have a pretty good idea of where a fisherman's kind of dock is on the island in the middle that will help you find the fish itself.
Fisherman's thing.
Okay, that's straight ahead. You can see kind of a congregation of fishing boats and people and stuff.
Oh, I mean, my ability to discern what here is evil is without rolling. The other one, I have no idea.
Okay, well, so you do both, I guess. The what here is evil, you gain you get the idea that there is nature in the water, so there's some things that will eat smaller things, but there's no evil.
So she does have to roll for discern realities.
Yeah.
We'll do it next time. I already gave it to you.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, well, I'm like, to the duck. The point.
You rolling,
Dock.
Butch?
Yeah. I stay
Okay.
up like
Yeah,
this.
I just keep rowing.
So some time passes. It takes a little bit more work than you guys are used to, and none of you are necessarily sea people, I suppose. So it's a little bit clunky, and there's plenty of time for Costas to say courage and other random supportive things. But you guys get there, and as you get there, you'll notice these people are a little bit more dirty, a little bit more salt of the earth, and typically a little bit older. But there's people milling about, pulling up fish. It's just kind of your general dock scene. You can see what looks like a tavern. There's people loading and offloading bigger boats and that kind of thing. Fierbonner is a very industrious lake. Now you.
No, you-
I don't know.
We need to find a fisherman.
Okay. Let's find a fisherman. Everyone, look around for a fisherman.
I look around. Is there a fisherman nearby?
As you look around, there seems to be one fisherman that the DM has signified to be the one that will give you the answers because no one seems to be too intuitive about making. Come on, people! Yes, there's a fisherman standing there. He's wearing a shirt that says "I'm with stupids."
Fisherman! Fisherman!
He looks up at you and he comes jogging over and says, "What can I do to help you guys? You guys look like a group of people that need help."
Viola knows, and I point to Viola.
Why do people keep saying we look like we need help? We're looking for some big catfish.
Ah, a big catfish. Now, I think you can only be referring to Old Man McDirtybutt, the catfish. That's it's been kind of haunting these waters for a long time. I've told many a tale, but if you'll let me regale you with perhaps its most ancient tale, it's the tale of its birth. It happened, and some time goes on. I'm not going to tell the whole tale, but he just keeps talking until someone says something.
Do you know where we can see this fish?
See the fish? Well, gosh, it likes dogs.
Does it?
Yeah, it eats dogs all the time.
Would you be down? Would you be down? Would you be... What's a word that would be respectful? Whatever. Would you be down to testify this in court?
I knew you were going to say that.
Testify that it likes to eat dogs?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, it's just kind of well known. It eats dogs. But, you know,
Our
the dogs
friend
have
was
to be swimming in the
jailed
water.
because they killed dog when catfish killed dog, and now fashion fairies think that he killed dog.
Fashion fairies.
I looked at Costas. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I would have said it in a more elaborate way, but yes, that's the gist of it.
You're talking about the Person brothers, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a bit of a different case. They had a dog that was well liked around here, and then all of a sudden, it got older, and well, some people think they murdered the dog.
Why would they do
old
that?
Dog need put down. You kill old dogs. That is what you do.
No, shh.
That's what they believed, but we abandoned those ideas a long time ago. That old dogs have some of the greatest wisdom, the softest fur, and he can just kind of
Old
keep talking
dogs
about old dogs.
poo everywhere.
Shh.
They
Quiet.
make strange noises. Cannot climb on bed. Old dogs.
Butch, look over
useless.
there.
What? What am I looking for?
There, it's a warrior.
I
He
start
challenged you.
distracting Butch.
I
By
seen a
doing a
warrior,
jig.
but I accept challenge. I walk off in the direction that she pointed, shouting for the challenger.
He says, "Look, your best bet is to find this fish, and if you do, I mean, this crime only happened a day or two ago. If it truly did eat the dog, then it should still be in its stomach."
Okay, so again, how do we find this fish?
Well, like I said, it likes to eat dogs. That'd probably be your best bet.
So we need to get a dog to lure the fish.
Yeah.
And then kill the fish. And then get the other dog.
You guys,
Peter Failfish's dogs just had a litter over there. There's a bunch of puppies you guys could, get.
but isn't killing a dog against the law, which is why the Person brothers are in jail?
Yeah, I'm not saying
Killing
we
old
kill the dog.
dogs is against the law. I understand you guys are guests, but we cherish old dogs here in Bettertenia. It's young dogs we don't care too much about. Old dogs are sacred.
Oh, so you can kill young dogs, and that's not against the law.
All right,
No.
let's sacrifice
Well,
the
then let's go
puppies.
What do you
sacrifice
think
puppy. I
we're
don't
fishing with, for God's sakes? And as you
Well,
look
I don't-
around, you can see all the fishermen have bundles of puppies that they're loading onto their boats as well.
I just go start letting puppies free. I'm just running around letting puppies free.
You're gonna run onto a boat and try to free puppies.
Free the puppies.
Let's just
All right.
change this and free all the puppies instead.
Yep, free the puppies.
So Flamingo boards a boat and starts trying to free puppies on the boat.
Meanwhile,
I have a weapon, a sword, and I'm just like slicing nets and setting them free.
Okay.
Carefully.
Make an
slicing
attack roll
nets.
for your first one. Yeah.
but I don't hit any puppies.
We'll see. Make an attack roll.
Okay,
too.
then I don't use my knife. I'm specifically careful, like, you know, the way that you would use a sharp knife in the kitchen. I don't just go attack rolling with it. I carefully cut things with it.
So here's the thing. So as Flamingo's doing this, I'm going to give you, I'm going to make you roll a just flat 2d6, and then I'll tell you what happens after that.
5.
So you fail again. Either the first boat that you try to do this, very simply, they just kind of stab you and murder you with their bladed weapons that they have on hand, and you're dead, and we can do a new character immediately. Or you can go to start to try and do this, but trip, fall, hit your head on the water, and start to drown, and some of your friends can decide to either save you or not.
I guess drowning. Why not?
So Flamingo throws up her hand, I'm freeing the puppies, and runs towards the first boat. And her stubbly little legs hit the water, and then she trips and hits her head on the boat and is face down in the water now. What do you guys do?
I grab the magic rope from her gift bag and I throw it in the water.
Yeah, I thought you were leaving.
That's good. That's good.
No, I'm not going to let her die. I throw it in the water to try to save her.
Okay, well, just so you know, you just pulled the rope out of her satchel, and now you're using a rope to throw to this person that's at your feet to save them with the rope. You do
Isn't
that?
she in the water?
Yes, and so are you to get the rope, right?
Oh, it was on her. Okay, I steal the rope from Butch's bag then.
Oh, okay.
And then throw it in the water.
Yeah, you control this with your mind, so tell me what it does.
The rope, it wraps itself around her waist and then falls into my hands so I can pull her out of the water.
Okay, make a strength check, though, because you're kind of weak.
No shit, yeah, you're right.
So
If
what's
the
your
rope is magical, can't the rope just lift me up? Because the rope can do
She did not
anything?
control that with her mind. She's pulling
I
it.
didn't. You're right.
Well, if she were in her mind control,
You
like
guys!
I failed.
So she starts to try to tug on this rope, and Flamingo's kind of bulbous, fat body just like,
I mean, okay. Can I just point out that if she's controlling a rope with her mind,
whoa! You're unconscious, face down in the water.
I'm point of ordering.
You're going to argue on behalf of other players that didn't try to free all the puppies on an entire fisherman village?
Yeah, that was pretty sucky. But just let me finish my sentence.
All right, go ahead.
Because if you're controlling a rope with your mind and you're pulling on the rope, you're literally with your mind exerting pressure over the rope. So would not the rope lift the thing that you were?
No, I would argue that in her mind, she thinks she has to pull on the rope to make it pull someone closer.
Well, you're the DM.
And I'm correct. So she fails. Anybody else do anything?
I'll try to help her.
Am I in the water now?
No, because you
Oh, okay.
like you said, you took it from Butch and you threw it in there.
I'll try to help her with the rope. I'll just try to pull on it.
All right, make a strength check.
+2.
My God.
Should eat
So
it now.
Boston
Oh
walks
my
over,
god.
tugs on the rope.
Am I the only one who's rolled above a 6?
Her metal boots. She can't, or he, excuse me. He's having a hard time getting his footing, and more balls continue to hit the surface as Flamingo just is drowning right now.
She's singing a song in her head about the glory of the halfling beauty who tried to save all the puppies.
Okay, and so let's go over to Butch. What are you doing, bud?
I'm looking for the challenger.
You're just marching around?
Yeah, I ran off in the direction that she had pointed, looking
He has
for
no idea.
my challenger. And I guess I'm looking behind trees and just wherever people are like, who challenged me? No?
How long
Not
does it
you
take
did
a
it?
person to run out? How long?
So yeah,
Anna knows. How long,
What?
How long does it take a person to drown?
If I was unconscious, I mean, only a couple minutes.
All right, we'll call it 2. So that was 1 minute. So you guys get one more round to decide what
All right.
you're going to do.
I scream, "Holy light, give me strength!" and then I pull again.
If you guys fail another round,
I'm gonna.
All
Oh,
that's a 10 is a true success. It's still a partial. So you're going to either pull Flaminga onto the water, but she'll need to be revived. Or you'll pull her up, she'll regain consciousness, but the drowning is going to affect her speech for the rest of the game. She's kind of slurred.
That
The rest of the game?
You're kind of slurred.
I don't think that's possible, honey, but
Well, it is kind of my world that I'm completely in control of. So
well then why didn't you decide how long it takes someone to drown?
I wanted to base a little bit of real science on it.
Exactly.
yeah, the slur it is.
Okay. You pull Flamingo onto the beach, and Flamingo, you roll over, and what do you say?
That sucked.
All right. The fishermen, they all seem to think this is pretty funny, and they're okay with what happened now. So the one that was speaking to you guys doesn't seem perturbed at all by this whole thing that happened, and says, anyways, I've got more puppies left over from last night, so if you guys want to take a couple of puppies and find Old Man the Dirty Bud, that's fine.
That would be lovely. Thank you, kind sir. You are a great man.
I
You guys
take
look
2
like you need help.
puppies.
I just wanted to help.
I take a puppy under each arm.
Me
Okay,
too.
they're all golden retrievers, by the way. Just
The cutest puppies.
I run
literally.
back off and try to free puppies some more.
Anna, I present to you these same options. Either you board the boat and are immediately slain, or you trip, fall, and
Don't I get to roll again?
You
no.
sound like an announcer,
Why?
Geoff, with the echo between
Well,
you
yeah.
and Anna.
No, go ahead. You roll. What's that, Neal?
You sound like an announcer at a boxing ring. It sounds
When
pretty
Anna
sweet,
forgets to
actually.
mute. The whole apartment.
Go, Anna, go.
Oh my God, Anna.
I
All
think
right.
Is Roll20 trolling us? Like,
Yeah.
are they sitting in their office laughing, like having a few beers, like, ah, what am I going to do to her now?
So Flamingo stands up, water sodden, and just goes, I'm going to free more puppies, and runs towards a boat, trips, falls, hits her head, and you hear the snap of her spine as she dies and floats in the water.
I flat out die? I don't even get damage or anything?
I tried to give you a little bit of a hint when I said, if you do this, they will either kill you or you will drown. But you tried it again, so yes, you're dead.
Let it be known that she died shaving puppies.
So Flamingo's body is just floating in the water. And
Um,
all of a sudden, by the way, a giant dorsal fin picks up in the water,
Oh my god.
and a fish that you did not think possible to exist in life comes over and starts eating Flamingo. And it's a pretty grotesque, violent scene because it seems to be devouring her.
Wait. Don't I get some sort of like save versus death or something?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
yeah, her passage to the next slide.
We'll do that in a second. We'll do that to
Oh,
end
yeah.
this session, or end this session. But your body is being chewed to pieces and eaten by this, presumably, Old Man McDirtybutt catfish. And in doing so, the water's too shallow there, so you'll notice it actually starts to kind of beach itself, and it's rolling around with the remains of Flamingo trying to get out. What do you guys do?
I cast magic missile at the fish.
You're going to cast Magic Missile at it? Okay.
Mhm.
Make your attack. I think,
I will.
don't those just deal damage?
Uh,
And Anna, if you can mute, please, in between.
I think so, but I think I roll. Hold on, sorry.
I can't believe you rolled double ones, by the way, Anna. My
So
God.
funny.
Why can't you? You are
Yeah,
married to me.
That's
You
true.
know.
All right.
Projectiles of pure magic spring from my fingers, dealing 2d4 damage. So I need to
Okay.
roll 2d4. Yikes.
So Viola just kind of flashes back her purple robes in her hands and just shoots these magic missiles, as they were, and they strike Old Man McDirtybutt, which is a large fish, very large, epically large. So because she rolled fairly poorly on that, you'll notice the fish is immediately slain, but does not. It's just dead and floats there, just kind of back and forth in the tide. The fisherman at this whole time, by the way, is like, "What the hell is going on? What? Did your friend just run out in the water and die?"
Can we still see her body?
No, her. It's only her legs that exist at this point in time.
The fish is like, is that goodie bag somewhere? That's what I'm really after.
Oh, her goodie bag. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see it attached to her hip.
Okay.
There's only her torso and lower that's left.
So I'm gonna go after the fish body and also loot my friend.
So describe for me what you're doing. What you go out, you loot your
The
friend.
fish is
that's-
dead, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
dead. Flipped over.
I'm gonna swim to where the fish is beached itself, and we need this
Okay.
fish, right?
I'm gonna run up to her body and then extract it from the fish.
Well,
And then I'm gonna drag boats to the shore.